Think your gardening season wraps up after the first harvest? What if I told you midsummer is actually a perfect time to plant another round of certain vegetables? That's right, it's not a joke. In this video, we're going to tell you about 6 amazing vegetables, ones you can and should plant right now in midsummer, and you'll learn how to get fresh harvests, literally until the first frost. Many plants finish their life cycle by midsummer. This frees up garden beds. The weather can still be hot, but the days are gradually getting shorter. This creates ideal conditions for a second wave of planting. This approach is often called succession planting, or sometimes summer planting. It lets you make the most of your garden space and enjoy an extra harvest. Let's see which vegetables are perfect for this summer planting marathon. Alright, let's move on to the first vegetable on our list for summer succession planting, and this one's a real garden workhorse. Say hello to bush beans. Why bush beans specifically? There are a few reasons. First, they grow quite quickly. From seed to first harvest is typically 40 to 60 days. This means if you plant in July, you can easily get multiple harvests before the cold weather sets in. Second, bush beans don't need much space and they don't require staking. They form nice, compact bushes. This makes them ideal for smaller gardens or for beds that have become free after harvesting early crops, like onions or garlic. Third, they are incredibly productive. You can harvest plenty of delicious and healthy pods from just one small bush. You'll see the bush is absolutely loaded with them. It's a really inspiring sight. Picture this, bushy, green plants just covered in vibrant pods, waiting to be picked. Planting bush beans in summer is straightforward. Sow the seeds directly into the garden bed once the soil is warm, which it definitely will be by midsummer. The main things are to choose a sunny spot and ensure regular watering, especially when the plants are flowering and forming pods. Lack of water at this stage can significantly reduce your harvest. Bush beans are really low maintenance. They don't need any special fuss. Just plant them, keep them watered, and in about 6 to 8 weeks, you'll be collecting your summer bonus harvest. So, bush beans are a fantastic way to kick off your summer succession planting. They're simple to grow, very productive, and don't take up much of your time. So now that we've covered this hard-working little bush, okay, so what's our next summer planting superstar going to be? Let's talk greens. Leafy greens like lettuce, spinach, arugula, and others are excellent candidates for a second round in your garden beds. Many people think that greens planted in summer will immediately bolt, meaning they quickly send up a flower stalk and turn bitter. This is certainly true during the peak of summer heat and the longest days. However, by midsummer, the situation changes. The days gradually start to shorten and nights become cooler. These conditions are actually much more comfortable for leafy crops, especially those that don't tolerate intense heat. Different varieties of lettuce, tender spinach, peppery arugula, they'll all thrive in the cooler weather of late summer and early autumn. Of course, choosing the right variety helps. Look for types that are resistant to bolting. Always read the descriptions on your seed packets. But the simple fact that the hottest part of summer is behind you is already a big advantage. You can definitely bust the myth that getting lush greens in summer is impossible. Planting leafy greens in midsummer is quite straightforward. You can sow the seeds directly into the soil. The most crucial thing is to keep the soil consistently moist. Regular, but not excessive watering will help the leaves stay tender and juicy. Letting them dry out is the main enemy of summer greens. The leaves will become tough and bitter. Choose a spot that gets enough sunlight but also offers a bit of light shade during the hottest hours. For example, plant them near taller vegetables that can provide some dappled shade. And in just a few weeks, you'll have fresh, succulent greens ready for salads, your own, grown right in your garden. Imagine a bowl overflowing with diverse, vibrant leaves, greens, reds, with ruffled or deeply cut edges, picked straight from the garden, fresh and fragrant. It's incredibly rewarding and healthy. So now you know how easy it is to have fresh greens ready by autumn, even if you miss the spring planting window. But this is just the first item on our list. Now let's talk about root vegetables which are also ready for the summer marathon. First up, carrots. It might seem a bit odd to plant carrots in the middle of summer. After all, we're used to seeing them sprout in the spring. But planting carrots in summer actually has its advantages. The key is choosing the right varieties. Look for early or mid-season carrot varieties, ones that mature in no more than 80 to 90 days. That way, they'll have plenty of time to form good roots before the first hard frosts. Carrots need loose, stone-free soil. This is really important for growing straight, good-looking roots. Sow the seeds directly into the ground. Make shallow furrows, water them well, and then sow your seeds. Carrot seeds can take their time to sprout, sometimes up to 2 weeks, so be patient. The most important thing for summer carrots is regular watering. Young seedlings and developing roots are very sensitive to dry conditions. If the soil dries out, your carrots can end up tough, bitter, or even crack. And we want them sweet and juicy, right? Don't forget to thin out your seedlings. Leave about 3 to 5 centimetres, or 1 to 2 inches, between plants. This gives each root plenty of space to grow properly. By the way, carrots grown for an autumn harvest are often even sweeter than spring sown ones. That's because cool autumn nights help the roots store more sugars. That's a nice little bonus. Imagine pulling up perfectly straight, bright orange carrots grown under the autumn sun. So, if you're dreaming of fresh carrots for your fall soups or preserving, a summer planting is your chance. But carrots aren't the only root vegetable on our list. So, we've talked about carrots. What other popular root vegetable does wonderfully with summer planting? That would be garden beets. Many plant beets in spring, harvesting large roots by midsummer. But sowing beets in July or early August offers distinct advantages. You'll get young, tender beets by autumn, the kind that's perfect for borscht, vinaigrettes, or simply for boiling. For summer planting, it's also best to choose early or mid-season varieties. Their maturity time is usually around 70–90 days. This is generally enough time to grow a good root before the first frosts arrive. Planting is done the same way as in spring. Sow seeds directly into prepared soil. Seed depth is about 2 to 3 centimetres. Beets love fertile, loose soil. Avoid fresh manure. Beets are quite moisture-loving, especially during seed germination and root development, so regular watering is very important for summer planting. Make sure the soil doesn't dry out, but avoid waterlogged conditions too. Beet seeds often come in clusters of 2 or 3. Several sprouts can emerge from a single seed, so thinning is a must. When seedlings are a couple of centimetres tall, keep only the strongest ones. Plants should be spaced about 8 to 10 centimetres apart to allow good root formation. A nice bonus of summer planted beets is the young tops. It's very tender and tasty. You can use it in salads, soups, or traditional greens dishes. While the root itself is still growing, you already have fresh greens. Imagine pulling a bright burgundy beet with lush, green tops straight from the soil. It instantly makes you want to cook something delicious. So, beets are another fantastic candidate for summer planting. Get your bonus harvest of vibrant and healthy roots by autumn. Let's move on to the next item on our list. And finally, rounding out our summer planting list, we have those essential aromatic greens, dill and cilantro. These herbs are true symbols of summer cooking, but during the peak heat in June or early July, they often get fussy. They quickly shoot up flower stalks and seeds, or bolt. The leaves become tough and less fragrant. And what we really want is lush, tender greens for salads and hot dishes. Midsummer and early August are a much better time to sow dill and cilantro. Why? For the same reasons as for leafy greens like lettuce. The days get shorter and the nights are cooler. This reduces stress on the plants. They start actively building up foliage, instead of rushing to flower and set seed. Planting dill and cilantro is very simple. You sow them directly into the ground. You can do this every 2 to 3 weeks. This succession planting method will provide you with fresh greens throughout the entire fall. Choose a sunny spot. The soil should be light and fertile. The most important thing for getting lush dill and cilantro from a summer sowing is sufficient watering. They love moisture. especially when they're actively growing their leaves. Make sure the soil doesn't dry out completely, but also don't let it become waterlogged. You'll be able to start harvesting the first sprigs just a few weeks after sowing, and by September you'll have plenty of fragrant greens, perfect for drying, freezing, or adding to pickles and preserves. Just imagine that incredible fresh aroma. So if you love dill and cilantro, but miss planting in the spring, or if your plants quickly bolted, midsummer is your ideal chance to get fresh, lush greens for fall, and that completes our list of 6 vegetables. So, why are these vegetables such a good choice for planting later in the summer? Late summer and early fall provide them with ideal growing conditions. As the days get shorter and temperatures start to cool down, this reduces heat stress, especially for leafy greens and root vegetables. The soil is still nice and warm after your first harvest, but regular watering is crucial, especially during dry spells. Choosing fast-maturing varieties is your key to success. This is really the game changer when it comes to summer gardening. You're not just extending the season, you're getting a second chance to grow things that perhaps didn't work out in the spring, or simply boost your overall yield. So, here are 6 vegetables that can give you a second harvest. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Thanks for watching this video. We hope it inspires you to get some new plants in the ground. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future tips and advice. Give this video a thumbs up if you found the information helpful, and be sure to let us know in the comments, what vegetables are you planning to plant again this summer? Or perhaps you already have. We're really interested to hear about your experience.